Anthony Davis dropped 36 points on a man making $36 million a year for the next 3 years. How? Anthony Davis winning MVP? Like, what? This is unreal. So I'm going to put you guys at the top, and I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger. So if you don't know, if you were living under a rock, or you just didn't watch basketball and you decided to watch me, a random teenager, random college student, well, thank you. I appreciate that. If you decided not to watch basketball, and the first thing you're watching is me, I love you, and God be with you. I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope you live a long, healthy life. Because, hey, if you're watching me, I love you. But yeah, if you don't know, Rudy Gobert is a full-time Defensive Player of the Year, and he just got paid this right before the game, which I thought was kind of weird. Why would you wait until he gets right before the game starts? That's just setting him up, I think. Like, right before the game starts, you're going to put this out. And it was right before the game started at 10, and this came out, I think it says at 9:59. Yeah, 9:59, right there, right before the game starts. Like, he knew the game, like, he signed the contract, and then this comes out. I feel like that's unreal. I feel like this alone isn't really being talked about a lot, which I thought in the moment it would be. I thought when I saw this report, I was like, oh shit, he has to have a good game. Because if you don't have a good game for this, that's over for you, I think. But I think what is cool is Anthony Davis dropped 36 points on him on a different type of Lakers team. And I'm going to get into that, but I just wanted to highlight that he did it against this guy who's getting paid $110 million. Now, he gets hated a lot, and I don't hate him as much as the normal person. Like this guy was saying, it makes no sense. I don't. I the and fuck. Rudy Gobert is an unreal defender. He may not have the stats to prove it, like Ben Wallace, for example, but he is going to protect the paint. And even if people don't say they're scared, I think people are unintentionally scared of him. He is that good of a defender. Well, now we're just gonna talk for a little bit about the Lakers. I have a little bit to say about the Timberwolves. Actually, let's go back. Let's talk about Boston versus New York. It's the first game of the year. Um, I don't have a lot to say really. Boston was obviously the 3-point record or something. 29 threes is unbelievable. Um, I feel like it should be a. I don't feel like the record is gonna ever be talked about a lot. And I don't feel like that's a problem. I feel like Boston doesn't care, and I feel like it's going to be a new normal for Boston. Um, I just wonder how long they can do that for. You know, like Boston, you obviously are not going to shoot 29 threes every night. So how else are they going to be able to score? One thing I liked about Boston, and I feel for New York, I'm scared for New York, is they are attacking Karl Anthony Towns. The reason why Minnesota brought in Rudy Gobert, even though I was just trashing him, they brought him in because they said to Cat, we don't feel confident with our defense with you as our center, so we're going to put you as a power forward. Karl Anthony Towns is an amazing offensive player, but he doesn't supply the defense. And that's what Boston was doing. They were just, damn, I was going to say pounding on the inside, but that's pause. Damn. But they just wouldn't stop going at Cat. They were going at him like he was just a bench player and versus the starters, like JV versus senior. Like it was free eats. It was and nothing Cat could have really done. He doesn't play defense, and it was clear that it was either going to be a 3-pointer, and everyone shot amazing. Jason Tatum hit like 8. Jaylen Brown hit 6. Drew Holiday hit 4. When your whole team is playing that good, there's nothing you can do. And that's what is scary for the league, but also amazing for Boston. And I feel with Karl Anthony Towns as the center, and big bodies in the Eastern Conference like Joel Embiid, like Giannis, Pascal, I'm not really worried about. Who else is a big body? Was Jason Tatum considered a big body? I don't know if Jason Tatum is considered a big body. He is a threat, but I don't know if he's considered a big body. But anyway, the point is, you have great wing defenders, but they can only stay in front. That's the reason why Minnesota is so great. Anthony Edwards and Jaden McDaniels are amazing defenders. But if they get beat, you're getting met with Rudy Gobert. So it's going to be tough. See, I really like my thing. You see, you got the J. Cole poster, guys? You see that? Yeah, 2017 Full Sail Draft. Anyway, I got distracted at my poster. Um, but yeah, the problem is there's no coverage. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. Mainly, I wanted to talk about what everybody else wants to talk about. Bonnie James. Not really, I'm joking. So the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Lakers faced last night. It was kind of a back and forth. I feel like Minnesota had the third quarter and maybe a little bit of the second, but I mainly found like it was Lakers. It was only Lakers really playing. There was no effort for Minnesota. It felt like, at least in the first half. But it really made you realize that the Lakers are fun. They seemed like a fun team. They were going out. They were getting the steals. I don't know if this is JJ, or I don't know if this is just new season. But there was a big difference, and I did like that from the Lakers. It was different from what we're used to, basically, and I did like that. But also, I'm just some random kid that's talking about basketball and doesn't mean anything what I like. But one thing I did notice that some people aren't really talking about is the plays JJ was running. He was running plays, which is big for the Lakers, but it seemed like a college type of plays. I liked how LeBron was being the screener. There was one play where D'Angelo Russell and LeBron did a pick and roll. D'Angelo passed it to LeBron, and Anthony Davis threw it up for 80. And I thought that was an amazing play because there's not much you can do. Are you going to stop LeBron on the wall? You're going to pick up D'Angelo Russell and leave him for a three? If LeBron is cutting to the net and he gets the ball, Anthony Davis is right there. So your center has to help, and that's an easy lob for Anthony Davis, which is exactly what happened. And I don't have stats to prove this or anything. I'm not a stats person. I'm more of a eye test type of person. And from the eye test, there was a lot that I saw. So one thing I noticed is when Donovan not Donovan Clinging, Dalton Connect. So I am new to these rookies. I'm done a little bit of research, but I'm not completely. I feel like when Dalton Connect came in, I feel like there was a shift. When he hit that three with 7 minutes into the second quarter, I felt like there was a shift. It was already in the Lakers. It was already on the Lakers side, but this really just made it go further because at the 9 minutes, the Timberwolves were running this weird zone defense, which gave Jackson Hayes like 6 points because nobody was in the middle. I don't think Rudy Gobert was in. That's why. So nobody was in the middle stopping it, and Jackson Hayes was just a little bit slower than the ball handler. Would come up, run, and dunk. That's all it felt like. And then Dalton Connect came in after the energy was high because of that zone defense. And it felt like Dalton Connect was Jesus. He felt like he's the truth. Like he felt like Dalton Connect is the bench, it feels like. And I don't know if that's good or not. But for Minnesota's side, doing this one, Ant got like an and one. And I think he missed the three throw, which was weird. But he was yelling, like, come on, like he was yelling. Like I had my phone, I was watching it on my phone, and like I was like, damn, he being loud as fuck. And I thought that was really, I felt like Ant loaned that from Team USA. But there was a point in the game when there was a 7-2 run, and Ant was in the corner, not getting the ball. Like it was one play where Ant was trying to get past the ball and Austin Reeves stole it, and then the next play Ant was in the corner. You have 2 points, and the other team has 17 points. Pass your best player the ball and let him cook. You passed them. Yes, last possession it was a takeover pass, so it got stolen. That's not Ant's fault. That's just because there was no. I don't know. It was just the first game. That was just so odd and no effort. But the first, after all of that, I feel like everybody wants to talk about Brownie. So let's talk about it. Brownie comes in, and I feel like it was so cool when JJ took out LeBron and let him sit for a couple minutes, which LeBron played terrible, by the way. I feel like LeBron played terrible. He ended with 16 points. Did not feel like that at all. I was like, I checked and the third quarter I checked, did he pass 10 points? Because it did not feel like it. LeBron was walking back on defense. It was very lazy. That block he had on AD, when AD blocked Gobert, LeBron went up for a layup, and he thought he got fouled. And by the time AD blocked Gobert on the fast break, LeBron still wasn't on the screen. Would I be able to show you guys? So I can't show you guys, but I don't want to get copyrighted because it's the NBA and those weird restrictions. So I'm not gonna end up be showing you guys. But those when you watch the play on Instagram, the play is going to be on Instagram. If it's not, I'm assuming it is by now. Well, this will be out on the day after, so this will be out the Wednesday. So yes, there will be something out. But when you guys watch it, go and watch. Anthony Davis has an amazing block, and he doesn't care that Anthony Davis could have got the ball and brought it and saved it, but it went out of bounds. But LeBron isn't in the screen; he's still under the net. Oh, playing on the offensive side of the court, and I didn't like that. But he's 17.3 years old, so I get it. But anyway, back to LeBron and Bronny. I like how they came in at the same time. I like that. I wasn't expecting that. I was just assuming LeBron would be on the court and JJ Redick would bring Bronny in. But I like how they did a coming to the NBA moment, kind of like a welcome to the NBA. Like this, you're with your dad and you're going to be entered in together. I wish they kept Bronny in for the whole second quarter, but it makes sense because you need to get it out of the way. If he didn't play this game, now you're going to go to game 2 still talking about Bronny, even though the Lakers won. So there was no point in doing it. And that's what I liked. I like that they got it over with. Yes, there was a lot of talk. History was made. And it was important that it gets done because you don't have to worry about it. It's done. The drama is over. I like Julius Randle gave him a welcome to the NBA moment. I backed him down. Big body Julius Randle. And I like that because it was a welcome to the NBA moment. There was a possession where Bronny was guarding Anthony Edwards, and Anthony Edwards did a spin and then spin then faded away, and Bronny played amazing defense. He did oval jump. I felt like the Bronny, it looked like he had to make up for ground, so he used his athleticism a lot just for that one play, and I felt that kind of tired him out because he looked burnt out by the end. I don't know if it was just he was anxious or if he was stressed or whatever, but it did look like he was just burnt out because that 1-3 when LeBron kicked it out to him and he shot it and then it just didn't go in. I felt like everybody stood up for that. Like if that went in, I felt like that would have broke the internet because now we're still waiting for that, and that's a little bit of a downfall. But I feel like those positives, obviously, at least he shot it confidently. Um, the first play out of half was a pick and roll with LeBron, with D'Lo and LeBron, and then he leading to a oop from LeBron, and I thought it was amazing. That was the play I was talking about from Anthony Davis to Anthony Davis, and I thought that was amazing. Right out of half, JJ Redick talked to his guys and got it. Just wanted to make it clear that well, at least he's. What I'm trying to say is JJ Redick has a plan at least. It felt like when Darvin Ham was the coach, there was no plan. And I guess that can be good because he was a player's coach. I felt like that was very known. He was a player's coach. And I get it. JJ Redick is a player's coach and a coach. I don't know how else to say it. He's a coach. That's all you could ask for. Um, and I feel like that's really good. I just felt like the Lakers wanted a more defense, and the rebounds were amazing. Austin Reeves, somebody shot a three throw, and Austin Reeves got his own team's rebound a couple times, at least. But there was one time off a free throw when can I stand up and do it? I feel like I can't. So, my basketball shorts. So he would say the net is here. He started to walk away. He like turned around and then he went, and I thought that was so cool. He like was pretending not to care, and then at the last second he sprinted to the ball, and I really like that because I want to try it. I thought it was cool, and I wanted to try it. I want to try it, but Julius Randle just made no effort to box him out, and this leads to the effort. Like there was no effort. There was no effort getting back on defense. It felt like LeBron, no, but the Lakers team, yes, but just Timberwolves just no, there was nothing there. It just wasn't the Timberwolves team from last year. And I get it, it's different, but it wasn't even what I meant by that is the defense. There was no defense. They destroyed the Nuggets last year because they were hounding Jamal Murray once when he passed half court. Do you know the play when Jamal Murray can't even pass half court because Jaden McDaniels and Nasir Alexander Walker was going crazy on him? I love that play, by the way. I really like defense, so that really did a lot for me. And I just felt like if LeBron would have been playing not so lazy in the third, I felt like it wouldn't have been a close game. There was a lot of 5-on-4 Lakers, but they still won. So I can't say nothing, but I felt like if they lost, then they ended up blowing that lead because the Timberwolves came back. It was only a full-point lead at one point. I'm not even a Lakers fan. My Lakers fan was scared. He bet $100 that at the start of the half that the Lakers won't blow the lead. They came back by full point. They came back 2 full points. He was gonna kind of scared, but not gonna lie. At the end of the third, the Timberwolves seemed to be in the control, even though they were behind. That's what I feel at that. I think at that point it was only 6 points, and I felt like there was a chance the Lakers were gonna blow this lead. But LeBron just looked old, and they still ended up winning. And who cares at the end of the day? They won. Bronny played. That's all that matters. I went this far, and I didn't end up talking about Max Christie. He played a lot, but he didn't really do a lot. But his Christie's 3-point shooting and defense give the Lakers some more depth that they need, I find. And I felt like that was really important. With JJ, his new coach, being the new coach and his first ever head coaching spot, I felt like his rotations and game management were pretty good for never being in a game. I felt like everything was pretty nice. You got the young players in at the second in the second quarter when the Lakers were doing good, and I felt that's when they were doing their best was when they were young and winning. Um, but yeah, having Max Christie and Dalton Connect into a very veteran lineup was really smart. I feel like I've talked about everything. I didn't really talk about the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards throughout the game. Anthony Edwards was good at keeping the Timberwolves in the game. With like the second half comeback was mainly Anthony Edwards. It felt like and his playmaking, and I really like that. With also Naz Reid. Naz Reid coming off the bench was really big with some 3-point shooting to like spread the floor more, opposite of Julius Randle. I'm going through this kind of fast. This stuff I missed. Rudy Gobert's defense was pretty good, even though Anthony Davis did had an amazing game. He just couldn't stop Anthony Davis. But when Anthony Davis wasn't in, I felt like you could really feel the presence of Rudy Gobert. The fourth quarter struggles I felt was big for the Minnesota Timberwolves. In the final quarter, I felt like the Timberwolves couldn't capitalize on the momentum that they had in the third, missing opportunities as the Lakers defense just started to tighten and be better. Despite Anthony Edwards, and I'll honestly say Naz Reid was the second best player on the game, the Timberwolves offense just slowed down, and they couldn't get to the point where they could catch the Lakers at that point. And those were just the final moments I liked. And I feel like that's all. So this has been a long video because I'm trying to do a video for YouTube and for Spotify. So I want it to be like 20 minutes at least. And I feel like this video is going to get there. So hopefully, but we'll see. So yeah, I don't really know how to close these videos yet. So I don't really know how to stop them. I don't know if I should say something